Hello, I'm Jan Lewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. On the Ukrainian front line in the Kursk region, Russian troops have achieved a significant expansion of the grey zone in the border area of the Sumy region. That is according to the military tracking project Deep State. A pro-Russian open-source intelligence project said that a Russian assault group came under fire on approach to the Ukrainian village of Bielovody, adding that Moscow's units have begun an assault on the village and are also fighting in Lochnia, located to the east. Meanwhile, officials in the Dnipro region announced the beginning of the forced evacuation of families with children from some settlements in the Mierzewski area. This is the first time that such an evacuation has been announced in the region. Mierzewski is located in the east of the region, bordering the Pokrovsky district of Donetsk, where the Russian military is currently pushing on with its offensive. The front line in some places now runs 2 to 3 kilometers from the border of the Donetsk and Dnipro regions. Russian troops are advancing in the direction of the city of Novopavlivka, which is located in the Dnipro region, 1 kilometer from the border between the two regions. Now, moving to the bordering Donetsk sector, in the Bakhmut area, Russian forces reached the village of Stupochki, south of Chasiv Yar. A Russian source said that in the Stupochki area, they managed to finally capture territory adjacent to the village, but Ukrainian defenders continue to put up serious resistance there. Active combat continues in the Donetsk sector, where recently Russian troops attempted a breakthrough near the city of Konstantinivka. This time, Moscow's forces attacked after sunset, using darkness as an attempt at tactical surprise. The attack was conducted in 3 waves. The Russians brought armored vehicles and considerable manpower to the skirmish, trying to identify weaknesses in the Ukrainian defense. But with advanced intelligence and prepared positions, the Ukrainians met each of the waves with heavy fire. According to reports, Ukrainian troops destroyed more than 10 enemy vehicles, including tanks and armored personnel carriers. All 3 assault waves ended in Russian failure. Once again, what we've seen is testimony to the saturation of the battlefield with drones. Air combat and its influence on ground combat is actually changing right before our eyes. Speaking of which, the Ukrainian Air Force continues to demonstrate high efficiency in the fight against the Shahed suicide drones, which Russian forces are using to terrorize Ukraine's citizens. Now, during one recent air raid, a MiG-29 fighter pilot, call sign Denfix, performed a combat mission to intercept an enemy drone. In difficult nighttime conditions, the pilot downed the inbound drone using a short-range AS90 infrared guided missile. the use of an air-to-air missile is not the typical approach, but has proven a solid solution in the Ukrainian context when it comes to protecting civilians at all costs. This video is further proof that Ukraine's skies are defended by professionals who are able to act quickly, accurately, and with cool confidence, even in the hardest of moments. Ukrainian artillery gunners on the front lines of the Donetsk region, who have proven themselves exceptionally able and well coordinated, have managed to destroy enemy positions with the help of 155mm AS90 self-propelled howitzers provided by the United Kingdom. This clip coming up shows the efforts of one of these artillery units and their specialty: calm but determined pace of fire, lobbing conventional high explosive and fragmentation shells and cluster munitions at the enemy. The targets, well, enemy manpower and equipment. And they are identified in advance, and the fire is being adjusted promptly each and every time. The UK has donated almost its entire fleet of AS90s to Ukraine, dozens of systems that are now operating along the hot spots of the front line. For the Ukrainian armed forces, this is a powerful reinforcement. The howitzers have an impressive range and a modern fire control system. Let's see them in action.
А можете два слова сказати, що то ви зараз робите?
Ми затвора чистим.
Це скільки раз треба таку процедуру проводити? Після кожної стрільби? Ну, взагалі.
Желательно, чим чаще, тим лучше.
Тут на цьому напрямку роботи багато, але справляємося. Були на Курському напрямку, там прям дуже жорстко було. Там активний фронт був. Постійно вперед, там не встигли окопатися, ми ж виїхали там до кордону, наприклад, виїхали, зупинились, почали копати бліндажі, там 3 снаряди стрельнули, по рації виходять, все, 3 кілометри вперед бігом. На той період, коли ми виходили, там одна єдина дорога була. У нас це називалася дорога життя, тому що ця дорога була повністю під контролем FPV-шок їхніх. На 2 саушках почали виїжджати, одна саушка наїхала на міну. Саушку вже потім мій головний сержант їхав забирати за 400 метрів від противника. За 2 місяці. Ми її здали на ремонт, за 2 місяці нам її відремонтували.
Екіпаж живий?
Так. Вона ще капсула йде. Вона є капсула, там не їде гусениця, відірве, катки відірве гусеницю, але саму капсулу воно не пошкодить.
Що вам сказати, козаки, то є потужно.
And one quick comment for those who may be watching footage like that for the first time, perhaps. The blurring of the background, this is not some sort of graphics artifact. It is added there on purpose, because if you release a video showing your troops in the field, you don't want the enemy to watch your videos and then geolocate where the troops might still be stationed, or at least where they were stationed a while ago, to try and track their movements. And this has been done right from the beginning of the war, whenever footage of Ukrainian units is actually emerging into the public. And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.